So we're just in Bath today. I'm going to sit down with Dan and find out all about his journey from the moment he decided he wanted out of the 9-to-5 and start a rent-to-rent business upon joining my mentorship all the way through to today. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So Dan, walk us through what happened before joining me, leading up to that.
Leading up to that, I was working as a software developer from home, just a 9-to-5 sort of grind. Always wanted to do something more. Went on a few different training options with Samuel Leeds and ran to the back of the room, got my advanced training, that sort of stuff, and realised that I need some mentorship. Something needs to, I need to have somebody I can go to questions.
You didn't get the mentorship from the course with Samuel Leeds?
Well, no, it was just more a case of here's the information, now go off and do something. Well, I'm somebody, I need to understand the finer details, and when it comes down to something that I don't have the answer to, I want to ask somebody.
Yeah.
And that's I started watching your content and I was like, yeah, I like this guy, he's genuine, it's raw, I can see myself working with this person and him helping me.
There we go.
Amazing, thank you so much.
That's fine.
You guys shooting a podcast?
We are.
Yeah.
Hey.
You're in it.
What sort of thing do you guys do?
Property.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Get me on the property ladder.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, guys.
Thank you very much, appreciate
Yeah.
it. That's it, just mentorship. So
Started watching my videos.
Yeah, exactly. I started watching you, and it was actually a business partner of mine that put me onto initially.
Oh yeah, Karina, because I had a chat with Karina.
Yeah, exactly. As she said, I've been thinking about joining with this guy. I think he's really good.
So she actually joined the academy with Samuel Leeds, didn't she?
Yeah.
And you joined my mentorship.
Yeah.
So who's more successful? That said it all.
So yeah, she said, she told me a bit about the academy, and I was like, that doesn't sound like what I need. I need focus. I know this is my strategy right now. I've got some time. I've not got loads of capital. This is the strategy. Rent-to-rent's the strategy for me. So Rent-to-HMO was always going to be the one, because for me it's lower risk. I wanted to build a business off of a stable ground.
Why would you deem it, knowing what you know now, is it high risk? Was it an equal risk?
Oh, I still don't know much about SA. I've still not touched it, so I can't comment on that. But for me, I still think my position's the same for where I was then, the money that I had then, my risk tolerance then. Now, yeah, I would take on an SA if it made sense.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do the operations. I haven't got the time to learn the ins and outs. I would partner with somebody who did the operations, and I could provide the funding if the deal was right. Yeah.
So, what led up to booking a call with me? Did you look at anybody else? Simon Smith? Yusuf Sheikh?
No, I didn't look at any of those guys.
Why not?
Because I had a referral.
What about the Fontaine brothers?
I've signed up and did their course, but that was after I joined you.
So you cheated on me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so no, I didn't check out any other mentors because I had Karina and I trusted her judgment, and she'd been through other trainings as well. And she said, I started following you, and I was like, yeah, I like this guy. It sounded like I knew I was going to be working with you.
Yeah.
I was going to get to
one-to-one
speak
level.
to you, and
yeah.
I liked your personality from the content. So I was like, yeah, this guy, I'm going to go with it. Book a call. And yeah, I just said at the end, and I said, fuck it, let's go for it.
Yeah, you did.
You've got to take that leap of faith, and I think looking back now, I'm so glad I did.
It's not just rent-to-rent though, is it? It's the network you've made.
Yeah.
The skills you've learned.
Yeah.
Grown as a person, because you're dealing with agents and landlords and connections. It's just
go out of your
being an
comfort zone
entrepreneur.
so much. Yeah, exactly. Learning a business.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, becoming a business person.
Yeah. And the amount of different people that you meet and different things that you're exposed to, the challenges that you have to overcome, the amount you have to push yourself. I've always been open to pushing myself. I've always been in the gym and martial arts and stuff like that. So I've always liked a challenge. That's just my mindset. That's just who I am.
So you like getting on the ground and hugging men?
Exactly. Yeah. Sweaty cuddles. I love it. But yeah, I took a chance on myself ultimately and thought, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to do whatever it takes.
So how did it pan out?
Yeah, it panned out well. It didn't go as smoothly as I thought it was going to.
It was a test.
Never does. Yeah,
I firmly believe it was a test. My journey was tough. No?
Yeah. So
your journey was tough. And
yeah,
look
my
where you are
journey
now.
and your journey reflects quite
very similar.
So I did a load of outreach. It took me 6 months to get my first deal.
There was no quitting with you.
There was no quit. It was never an option.
No.
It was just like, I've paid this money now. I know what I'm doing. I wouldn't forgive myself
to waste it.
To waste it, yeah. To quit on myself.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
No. And that's why you joined me, because I'm very similar.
Yeah.
People, our type of mentees are the exactly the same. Not the likes to quit on themselves. They're in a painful situation where they want to change their life as soon as possible.
Yeah, and I'm so glad, like, that was like a proper turning point for me.
Yeah.
Like going on that journey, taking the training on, and obviously, like, yeah, my life's changed since then. Like, I got my first deal, got my second deal, third deal, fourth deal, fifth deal. Continuing on, we've got more. We've got 7. We're up to 7 now.
Yeah. Now you're a coach.
Now I'm
for
a
me.
coach as well for you, and then we've partnered on the social housing course. So it's like, my life's completely changed.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And like, people go off in different directions. You may get a few rent-to-rents, and then it's like you get some experience in property. You meet somebody, and then there's opportunities to do other things.
Yeah.
It's like it's such a great start in business.
It is crazy how you think about it. From my perspective, you booked a call with me to join my mentorship.
Yeah.
Now we're sat in Bath having a coffee,
Yeah.
doing
Getting
a podcast
sunburned.
on a Monday.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tuesday. No, it is a Monday. I forget which day it is.
It doesn't matter to you
Monday
anymore, does it?
lunchtime, and shooting a podcast
Yeah.
for a program me and you are partners in.
Yeah. And
How cool's that?
I was thinking that this morning when I was walking my boy. It was like going out for a Monday morning walk, just with my son.
Yeah.
Just for an hour, just before I then dawdle down to Bath and like meet
Yeah.
with you and do this podcast. It's like,
I bet you're proud of yourself.
yeah, I am proud of myself, mate. But there's still a lot more. I know I'm capable of doing a lot more.
Yeah.
And that this is just the beginning, really. We're just.
Don't you
getting
feel like you're
started.
getting started? Yeah.
And there's always highs and lows. Like, there's certain points where I'm like super on it, and then there's I take a step back and I'm like, come on, we need to build again. We need to go again.
Yeah.
Like, there's always moments for pause, and you need time to self-reflect and get back on track.
Did a post Saturday where everybody, the weather was okay, everybody was out and about, and I was working. So I did a post saying, everybody treating like weekends.
Yeah.
And I get it. A lot of people have no choice.
Yeah.
But that is your opportunity to get ahead. And I had comments like, balanced. Those words are associated with average.
Yeah.
And to get where I want to get, it can't be average.
Yeah.
And there is always a sacrifice, like
Yeah.
going to a mate's barbecue or going to the beach.
Yeah.
Like, there's always a sacrifice, but I'm willing to sacrifice now
Yeah.
and have an amazing future than
Yeah.
to live in the moment now and struggle later.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the sacrifice in the grand scheme of things is like,
You choose your weekends, don't you?
yeah,
Like today.
yeah.
It's
what
like,
I mean.
okay, I know during the week I'm going to go see a client and sit down and have a coffee and a chat.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my fun. Like, building business is fun.
Yeah, and you can use social activities and go and meet people as part of your relaxation, but
Yeah.
it can also be about business as
Yeah.
well, and opportunities and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, see, we've come to Bath, right?
Like that. We're
When some people might say Bath. We're meeting up. This is a business expense. The coffee is a business expense
yeah,
because we're creating business at the same time.
Yeah.
Shooting a video. This is business.
yeah,
This is a business meeting, but we've gone for a walk, grabbed a couple of drinks, we'll go for lunch after.
yeah,
That's like all the perks people forget about
Yeah.
starting a business is you create amazing lifelong friends by starting a business.
yeah,
Where at the start, people just think, okay, I'm fully betting on myself, it's a leap of faith.
Mm-hmm.
But what they don't actually realise, Sam and Zach, perfect example.
yeah,
Those two are killing it, like
Yeah.
making 40 to 50k a month
Yeah.
revenue. And they didn't have a clue who each other was before the mentorship.
yeah, yeah,
The people you meet, the connections you make, the person you grow to be, it's just, I'm well proud of myself.
yeah,
Really proud.
yeah,
The amount of doubters,
yeah,
or in my mind, the amount of doubters
Yeah.
that I thought I had,
Mm.
still have. And I use it as, fuel at the start to like almost prove people that I can do this.
yeah,
I'm not just made to be a worker.
yeah.
Everybody has equal opportunity. I also did a post. Would you go back to 1925? When there was no internet, no phone.
Yeah.
If you wanted a book on how to become an entrepreneur or how to become a millionaire, which was a lot of money back then,
Yeah.
you'd never find that book.
No.
It just shows if you want to start anything, if you want to be a copywriter, you've got ChatGPT to help now, but go on YouTube, how to be a copywriter. There'll be loads of people teaching you, and you can join their courses with the links in the description. Everything is done for you. It just comes down to saving up enough money to invest in yourself, try it, fail. People are so squeezed now. Like, the cost of living is mad. People are squeezed. The average person is squeezed.
But then you have to do something about it. Like, that's just life. Like, you need to decide that you want to change your life. Ultimately. Otherwise, just stay stuck, do nothing. Just complain about it. It's fine, but I'm not going to listen.
That's where I was. We were okay. I'd say we were comfortable, me and Sarah. But if you stopped working 2 months down the line, you're nowhere near comfortable. So you are relying on a job heavily. And just playing it safe. I hate playing it safe. Calculated risk. Leap of faith. Trying, failing.
It's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
Not everyone's got the mindset for it. Not everyone wants the, it is extra stress. It's something else to think about. You feel very lonely at times, especially when you're beginning and you're just, you're learning the process. But that's why the mentorship is great, because there's that community as well. Like, everyone is going through the same journey, and I find that really helped me when I joined you. That there was that community, and there were other people going through it as well. And you see somebody else get a deal, and
motherfucker.
Like, you're so happy for them, but also you just hate that person right there. And that lights a fire under your ass to really right, I need to be doing more. But it's not for everyone. Like, there are people that just go to a job and they're fine with that. They're not fine with it because they moan like fuck. But they're not willing to do anything to change, and that's fine.
Do you think? I've seen something in the legacy program the other day. Someone posted something, and everybody was kind of agreeing with it, but I disagreed with it.
Was that about somebody paying something for training?
Yeah. Someone joined Samuel Leeds Academy, and then went to the news about it and wanted their money back, and is going through court.
Mate, it stank of victimhood. That
100%. I'm a victim.
Who
they
got
didn't
your credit
force
card
you.
out?
They didn't force you to put the details down. You willingly get. All right, there might be
there's sales tactics and stuff like that.
But at the end of the day, I've been under those sales tactics right in front of me. 9 out of 10 people signed up. And I was the only one who didn't. Because I didn't want to. I didn't really have the money. So if I did, that would have been way over committed.
It's personal accountability.
100%. And I watched it and I thought, why is that Samuel Leeds' fault? Who is Samuel Leeds to turn people away from trying?
To change their lives,
Yeah. Why should he dictate who can join and who can't?
You've got to give them the benefit of the doubt. But even if there might not even be a doubt there. But ultimately, it's on that person, isn't it?
I know. And I watched it and I thought, is there video evidence of Samuel Leeds' team taking the card details, extracting the details, forcing him to sign the form? Boom. Then he's got a case. But
he willingly done it.
100%. And quite a few people agreed, didn't they? Like, I can't believe this still happens. And I'm like, that's him being a victim to himself. That's not Samuel Leeds' fault. He's providing a service. This person's tried it and it didn't work out, so he's blaming Samuel Leeds. When you scaled your HMO portfolio, because getting the first one to the second one is just learning how to systemize, isn't it?
I mean, even at that point, you could just be doing everything on spreadsheets, and you don't have to systematize much. But it gets to a certain point where you have to start building in systems within the business and stuff. Like, I still not got a VA. I really need a VA.
I cannot believe that.
I say it on the Zooms all the time. There's mentees, in the mentorship that have got VA. They've got VAs, and they've got maybe 1 or 2 deals, and it's helping them, and I just keep putting it off.
I've got VA and they're amazing.
I think it's because I like to have control.
You can still have control. Why would a landlord bring in a rent-to-renter in the middle to take all the stress off? They do the workload. It's the same as a VA. So they deal with all the tenants that complain and miss rent, and they're on it.
I definitely need it. I need it.
Okay, so you built your HMO portfolio. What made you go into social housing?
I just come across the strategy and I did a bit of training on it as well, and it just made so much sense and there was such an opportunity there. I believe that it would allow me to scale more and have less operations. Yes, the deals obviously maybe take a bit longer to get together because you need to find a provider, but I was already experienced in the property side of things. I already knew how rent-to-rent works, so then it was only just an additional step for me. So finding the provider...
Is it an additional step? And now you know what you know. Is it a lot involved in the social housing compared to HMO?
No, I mean it's probably the same amount of work, but the majority of the work for HMO comes once you get a property, because it's like getting the tenants in.
Yeah,
Whereas with the social housing, it's more
building the relationship
at the start.
Yeah.
It's getting the provider, then it's finding the property, and then once the tenancy starts, it's kind of then it's hands off. So it's like initial effort, and then it's like boom, that one's done. Okay, pop that on the shelf for now. I've not got to keep coming back to this like I do with the HMO, like checking tenants in and out, that sort of thing. Yeah, so it's more like it's done. You know, you complete it and then it's done. It's on to the next one.
Mate.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so it's that respect, and then just that then we start to move our portfolio to that way. You know, so and now that's kind of that's sort of our main thing. We are opening up. We are going to take on extra rent to HMOs probably this year, just because we're just going to scale up more this year.
Yeah.
And then what you can do is what we've done with a few of our others is set them up as rent to HMOs, but then move a provider in later on. We've literally just completed on one now.
Yeah, that's a 4-bed I went to.
That's the 4-bed.
If you want to see the tour of a 4-bed that they started as a rent-to-rent HMO and now it's gone to social housing provider, click this link here.
Basically, it was a rent to HMO. We had 4 lads staying in there. It was a bit of a mess because obviously it gets into a mess. Got those guys out. We did a bit of like decorating and painting, but then these guys have gone in. They've staged it, made it look really nice for the kids that are going to be moving in there. So
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And then we're still on the program. This is probably a couple of years in, isn't it? Well, not really. You're in the legacy program.
Yeah.
And I needed a HMO coach.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're very valuable in terms of your knowledge now, your experience.
Yeah.
And Jim Rohn says it best. It's like you're paid for the value you deliver to the marketplace. So you're a valuable mentee. You're always helping.
That's it. Yeah, I was always active in the group, trying to
ask loads of questions, and you're that right type of mindset person that willing to help before being paid.
Yeah.
No, so that's why
I was coaching before.
Yeah.
You actually approached me to be a coach.
Yeah, and that's how it worked for me. I was coaching before. I was a coach.
Yeah.
Way before. I was just love helping. Like, yeah, you can do this. It's like you're passionate.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't believe us, though. But that's why you're a coach. And, you know, we're a team. So, and that's where we are today, in Bath.
Exactly. Yeah, here we are. Still a lot of scaling and growing to do. There's, you know,
You need a VA.
I need a VA, and then then I can probably scale a bit more.
All right.
But, yeah.
Let's go grab some lunch.
Cool.
Cheers, guys. See you on the next one.